What's going on, guys? Pluke Jones back with another video. Today I wanted to talk about decibel levels. So I know Gavin Sines put out a video regarding decibel levels, and I thought that video was extremely interesting. And I wanted to go over some of Compoform's products and talk about decibel levels and see what they, where they're at on the decibel level. What ranges they're in, and get an idea of what they sound like as far as decibels. Now, the decibel reader that I'm reading comes across on screen as upside down, and I apologize for that, so you can't follow along, but I can definitely call it out as I see it. And I thought that video Gavin put out was very interesting, and I think he said that we're hurting our ears at around 95 to 100 decibels. I had no idea, so that's very interesting to me. I don't know how much I truly believe that and I haven't looked, so I'm not a doctor, I don't know, but I just can't believe that to me, that's not really a loud noise like this clicking. But I could be wrong. So to me, that's like, I hear that like every day, all day, like that type of noise. So if I'm hurting my ears, then I really need to be careful because, like I said, it's not unnormal for me to hear decibel levels of like 100, 125, literally all day long. So, I've been to many concerts when I was younger, saw Black Sabbath, I saw Pink Floyd, The Who. Man, those concerts are loud and rocking. So, who knows? My ears are probably damaged already. Listen to all the loud music and listen to loud music in the car and whatnot. So I wanted to go over decibel levels and first test out the slide kick. We'll move from the titanium one to the stone version, and then we'll come back to the V1.1. We'll go through that, and we'll also get an idea of what the V1.1, the V1 original Argyle, the V3, the V2, what brass sounds like versus Timascus, and then we'll also try a couple of the Magnus sliders. Okay, what are these doing in here? Get rid of those. No, just kidding. I love Magnus sliders. They're nice. Magnus, love ya, but I think I prefer Compoform. Of course, I'm biased, right? Don't hold it against me. So let's start with the slide kick. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to test the 3-click as far as the buttons, the 3 buttons rather, and I'm going to slide them up and then back down. 91.1. I'm just going to turn this my way, guys, because you can't understand it upside down anyways. 101.6, so much louder on the down. 95.5, 103.6, 95.5, 104.0, 94.2, 104.9. Now let's try a single button. 85.9, 90, 79.9, 95.3, 88.4, and 95.1. Double buttons up. 99.7, 99.3, 95.8, 98.8, 98.1, and 99.8. So pretty consistent, guys. So you're getting a pretty good range on average. You're like 95, 90 to 95, sometimes 85, depending how hard I push. But that's basically what the titanium slide kick sounds like as far as the decibel level. Now we're going to do one button slide up to the side. 92.9, 92.8, 91.6, 90.8. All right, very consistent. Move to the stone. Stone slide kick, otherwise known as cracked earth. You can thank Kevin Johnson for coming up with that name. One button click. Let's try 3 clicks. Let's keep it the same way we did the other one. So 3 clicks up. 98.5. 99.7 on the down. 95.2 on the up. Down is at 100.3. 92.6 up. 104.2 down. Up. 93.4. And down 98.6. So very consistent. Let's try the button clicks one at a time. 81.6. 92.6. 91.6 again. 94.6. 94. And 91.8. Very consistent. Let's try the 2 button. 96.8. 89.3. I didn't get that one. 96.9. And on a down click, 95.6. Very, very consistent. Let's go with the slide to the side. 93.6. 95.0. 96.9. And finally, 94.9. All right, guys. So the stone one is actually louder than the other blue one right here that I have. All right, moving to the V1.1. Let's see what this guy sounds like. This is the Blue Illusion in titanium. All right, so we're going to try a number of motions. First, let's try the up and down. Up. 92.8, down. 92.6. 94.7. 94.5. 88. And 93.6. Okay? Let's try swipe to the slot to the side. 94.2. Let's try down. 91.0. 91.3. 96.1. 94.0. And 95.1. All right, so anywhere from 92 to 96 for this guy here. Let's go to the Timascus V1.1. All right, we'll try the up. 100.5. 95.7. 98.9. 99.1. 98. 96.4. 99.3. And the down is 91.7. So this one is actually a little bit louder than this one. So the Timascus has snappier clicks. So let's try the swipe to the slide. 90.4. Ooh, 100.4. 92.7. 101.3. 94.7. 100.9. Woo! This thing is loud, baby. All right, that's the Timascus V1.1. Let's move on to the Cubert, or the cubed version of the V1.1. All right, let's go up. 97.7. 99 on the way down. 97.8. 95.5. 95.3. 97. All right, swipe to the slide, to the side. 91.4, back down. 105.5, guys. 92.1. 97.8. 87.6. And 99.2. So on average, this one is right about on par with the Timascus. And it is louder than this one still, than the Blue Illusion. I mean, this, keep in mind, guys, this doesn't prove anything, right? I'm just having fun letting you guys see the decibel levels of what these sound like. All right, so let's move on to the Argyle OG. Let's do the brass one first. All right, this is the original Argyle V1 OG. And the difference between the OG is that it has exposed magnets. Okay. All right, so let's try the click up. 96.3. 90.7 on down. 93.6. 95. 95.8. Try that one again. 96.8. So pretty loud. It's very consistent with the Timascus one. So it's going to be pretty loud. This is the brass. Let's try the slide up. 94.2. Down 96. 90.9. 97.3. 94.4. And 100.8. So it can be pretty loud, guys. All right, this one is just as loud as the Timascus. This one is in brass. Let's move on to the V1.1 in titanium, original OG. This one was the first one that Ivan ever made with the scratch-resistant process on the plates. Look at that. Not a mark on this thing. And I've had this thing for years, and I've used it not a lot, but I mean, I've used it. And there are no scratches on that bad boy. All right. This one is probably one of my favorite sliders by Compoform. All right, let's see. I have a feeling this one's going to be even louder. So let's see the click up. $95.5. 96.7. 93.9 on the up. Let's go down. 93.4. Back up. 96.8. 90.6. Wow. So this one appears to be a lot less loud. Oh, I don't want to say snappy because this feels snappier than this one. But this one is not as loud. All right, swipe up. 88.3. Down is 99.5. 82.1. Ooh, 103.7. 89.2. 106.2. So guys, this one is louder on the down slide to the side when you're going down like this. Like that. Yeah, you're at 103.6. When you're doing that slide down, it's really loud. Okay, like really loud at 103 to 105. And when you're doing it down to the side, when you're going up, it's at about 87, 83. So it's really not as loud as this Timascus. Very, very interesting, guys. Very interesting. All right, so that is the titanium Argyle V1, original OG. All right, let's move on to the V2. V2 can be played on both sides. Magnets are a little bit weaker than the V3. They're actually much weaker. I don't want to say a little bit. They are weaker, and they were done by design like that, okay? So let's try the V1.1. 93.2. 89.6. 87.9. 92.2. 95.8. And 93.7. 88.5. 92.5. And 94.5. So very, very consistent, very loud snaps. So you're right at average about 95 to, 90 to 95 on that V2. Let's go to V3. Something tells me this one's going to be louder. Magnets on this are extremely strong. Okay. And this one cannot be played on both sides, only one side. Same exact size as the V2. Okay, no difference in size. $97.1, $98.9, $99, $96.5, $92, $98.4, $97.6, $95.2. So this one seems to be louder than the V2. Oops, don't want to do that. I hate when that happens. You're looking at 101, 100.2, 96.2, 97.3. So I'm sure, you know, the decibel level makes a difference on how you're holding it in your hand. If you hold it by, you know, with nothing touching, it's probably going to be louder. Yeah, 96.5. Yeah, it's probably going to be a little louder than if you had it coupled in your hand like that, which can muffle the sound. When I'm moving it back and forth like this, you get about 90 on average. So it's very consistent as well. That's the V3, guys. I'm going to move on to the Magnus sliders. So this is the Magnus Wide Boy. This is in titanium. This was a gift from a good friend. His name is Mark Chang. Mark, if you're watching this, love you, buddy. He sent this to me, and he anodized this himself, and I simply love it. I think he did an excellent job. Anything that guy touches, I swear he does such a good job at improving things. This one feels so grippy in my hand. I had a Wide Boy Magnus, and I sold it. To me, Magnus sliders are a little bit too big and clunky, bulky. You know, if you compare it to the V3, I mean, the size comparison, I just prefer the smaller package. And then it's so thick, too. Look at how thick that is. But, I mean, it's called Wide Boy for a reason, right? But Magnus sliders seem to be much bigger. I love Magnus sliders, don't get me wrong. They are beautiful. They're machined well. You know, they're constantly available, which I love. A lot of our stuff isn't, but you guys got to understand there's war going on, which we do not condone, by the way. It's practically destroyed Ivan's business. We are keeping him afloat, and I appreciate all you guys who help and volunteer, you know, and back me up when I need something. So Mark Chang, huge shout out to you. Thank you for the gift. Melanie Wells, huge shout out to you. Kevin Johnson, thank you for also being there when I have questions or concerns, comments. You've always been there for me, so thank you as well. If you guys don't know, Melanie Wells has a YouTube channel called EDC Fidget. Go out there, check out her videos. She's got some great content. A lot of Compoform stuff on that channel as well. And then Lefty EDC, Kevin Johnson, also has a YouTube channel where he goes over some Compoform items, a lot of fidget items, spinners, knives, mostly knives. So best of luck to both of you, and we appreciate you guys. But back to the Magnus sliders. I like them, but for some reason I've always thought of Magnus sliders as a very, very common or the same chassis with a different top plate on it. And, you know, he's come out with so many different patterns, so many different designs, you know, which is great for most people, for some people. But for some reason, I don't prefer the Magnus sliders over the Compoform products. I mean, obviously, I'm biased, right? I'm Compoform's biggest fan, if you haven't noticed. You know, Ivan's family now. So I've known Ivan since 2015. So him and I go back a long, long way. So that is the Wide Boy. I'm going to go ahead and test this one out. Now, this one does have the Teflon tape on it on one side, and it also has the Teflon plates, not Zerk. So let's see how this guy sounds. 91.8, 94.7, 94.4. Let's try it again. 92. That one didn't work. Let's try it again in the middle. 89.8. 94.1. So very consistent, guys. 94. 92.5. And 93.5. Very consistent. Nice crisp clicks, although they are not as loud as the V3 and the V2 or the Timascus V1.1. Okay, that's with the tape on it. Keep that in mind. Then we have the spider, and I love this design. I love this pattern. So as you can see, like, they're so big and bulky, but they move very nice, and their machine quality is absolutely outstanding. So the Magnus sliders are awesome. I like them a lot. And you will too if you grab one. All right, let's try the spider. This one has the Teflon plates as well. Let's see how this guy sounds. Wow, very muffled. 74.8. 79.8. 95.2 on that last click. 75.1. 75.5. Very loud on the last click. 94.1. That's pretty strange, isn't it, guys? 76.9. 72.9. 94.1. Very, very consistent and very loud on that last click. 76.5. 81.0. 94.5. That is incredible. Very loud, guys, on that last click. But the first two clicks, very muffled and very much quieter than the wide boy with the Teflon tape, which is very, very interesting for this slider. All right, like I said, this is a simple test. We are not calibrated to do, any special type of, measurements or anything like that. This is just to kind of go over the sliders, what they sound like. To be honest with you, I was a little bored and I wanted to make you guys a video and talk about the products. If you saw this bead on here, and you want to know where that's at, this is actually a custom slide kick that was made for me. This bead is a Peshkov Brothers bead. You can check them out on Instagram. They are Russian. Everything good comes out of Russia, in case you haven't noticed. They sell their products, their beads. They sell all different kind of jewelry and things like that. And back in the day, in like 2016, 2017, the Peshkov brothers actually came out with a spinner. Not this guy. So this one is in copper. This is actually a Compoform product, only offered in brass. This one in copper was actually Ivan's personal spinner. Was able to acquire this from a great friend of mine, Sam Wright. So thank you, Sam. I hope you're watching. Love you, buddy. And Compoform teamed up with the Peshkov brothers, and he created a bar spinner with Ivan that inspired this spinner. And it had the skull design on the bar spinner. Just a beautiful design, but that was a collaboration with the Peshkov brothers, from what I understand, on that bar spinner. And then Ivan went around and went in turn and created this tri-spinner, which I absolutely love. Very fortunate to have it. Really, really cool design. I don't know if this symbol is like, I'm definitely not into devil worship, if that's what that means. I guess these days this symbol can mean anything. Who knows? But that's the spinner. I don't even know what this guy's called. I know Ivan made the Hydra spinner, tri-spinner. Then he made this one. I don't think this one ever had a name. I remember a couple people called it a certain name, but I can't remember what that was. Beautiful spinner, beautiful profile. It's absolutely amazing. All right, so that showcases the sounds and decibels for the V1.1, the OG Argyle V1, the V2, V3 slide kicks, and the Magnus sliders, the Spider and the Wide Boy, both in titanium. I appreciate you guys watching. If you have any questions, let me know. Leave them down in the comments. If you want to see another video, just tell me what you guys want me to compare, what you want me to talk about. If you have questions, we'll do another Q&A session, and we'll answer all your questions. Sorry for the long video. Some of you will find it fun and watch it. Some of you will think it's too long, and I apologize for that. All right. Have a great night, everybody, and thank you for supporting Compoform, and thank you for taking care of the group and posting.